She sent the message at exactly 8:47 p.m. Heat up the leftovers in the fridge. Don't waste them. No emoji. No affection. Just flat instructions, like she was giving orders to hired help, not speaking to the woman who raised a man she married. I stared at the bright screen for a long moment. My hand stayed steady. My pulse didn't even quicken. I simply typed back, "Okay." Then I folded the towel I'd been using, set it down neatly, and walked to my room. That night, the house was unusually still. No laughter, no footsteps, just the low hum of the refrigerator, the same one I had bought them when they stopped working. A pot of half-eaten biryani sat on the counter, cold and forgotten. They had eaten first, laughed first, lived first. I stayed behind, keeping the home warm and ready. It used to sting. Now it didn't. I remember the day I first met my daughter-in-law. She smiled politely and bent to touch my feet, as tradition required. But her eyes, they studied me. I thought it was just shyness. I mistook calculation for respect. After the wedding, she played her role flawlessly. She made me tea every morning, called me Amma, asked for my recipes. She built trust the way a spider spins its web. Slow, careful, sticky. Then the changes came. My son stopped asking for my advice. She stopped joining me for meals, said she was dieting. One morning, my cupboard key disappeared. The one that opened the locker, holding my pension papers and gold bangles. When I asked her about it, she laughed softly. "Oh, Amma, you must have misplaced it. You forget things nowadays." That was the first time she made me doubt myself. But last night, I didn't doubt a single thing. She had just been promoted. An impressive corporate title, a fat salary, everything she'd been chasing since her wedding day. She threw a fancy dinner to celebrate and invited the whole family. Everyone except me. I saw the pictures on Instagram later. My son beside her, their hands linked, my grandkids smiling wide. And me? I was the invisible spectator behind a glowing screen. That message about leftovers. That was the final thread she chose to cut. I didn't cry. I moved slowly, deliberately. I opened my wardrobe, pulled out the old suitcase I hadn't touched since my husband's funeral, and started packing. Saris first, then the photo albums, then my jewelry box, the same one I caught her admiring more than once. What took the longest to pack was the file, my husband's estate papers. She always assumed everything belonged to my son. She was wrong. The house, the land, the savings, every bit was in my name. My husband had trusted me enough to know that one day I might need that strength. And that night, I finally did. By 10 p.m., my bags were zipped. By 10:15, the new will was signed, dated, and sealed. And at 10:30, I placed a single letter on the dining table, right beside the cold pot of biryani. Then I walked out. I can almost picture what happened later. The car pulling up, their laughter echoing through the doorway, heels clicking, little feet running ahead. Then silence. They would have noticed the emptiness first. My slippers gone. My room half bare. Then the letter. I wasn't there to see their faces, but I can imagine the moment my son unfolded that note and read my handwriting. "I've sold the house. You have 30 days to vacate. The funds have been transferred to my new account. Don't worry. You won't need to reheat leftovers again." You see, 2 weeks ago, I quietly met with a property agent. I wasn't planning to sell it first. I only wanted to know its worth. Turns out it was worth enough for peace. Enough for a small apartment by the sea, where no one tells me when to speak, what to cook, or who I am. That night, I didn't just walk away from a house. I walked away from every piece of myself I had given. Every meal, every rupee, every silent forgiveness. By morning, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Missed calls, messages, please. My son wrote, "Alma, please, this isn't you." But it was. It always had been. For years, I've been a quiet, obedient mother-in-law. But silence doesn't mean weakness. It means waiting. And I had waited long enough. Now, as I sit by the window of my new seaside home, the waves whisper softly outside, like an old friend. My tea is warm, never reheated. And sometimes I think back to that message. Heat up the leftovers. I smile because I finally understand. I was never the leftovers. I was the meal that kept them alive. And when I left, they starved,